Thank you, sir.
Dr. Emmendorfer, let me ask you maybe a question. I was able to attend the launch of the Phaser pilot program in 2019. I think it was at the National Press Club with Secretary Wilkie, and which introduced the idea of using a patient's DNA to prevent medication side effects and reduce the use of ineffective medications. I understand that program is successful. I'd like to have that confirmed, and is now available in nearly every VA medical center. How's the VA training providers to use this? How's the VA integrating the results into the VA's electronic health records? Tell me about this program and whether it matters.
Thank you, Senator, and I am happy to report that it is a success. As a matter of fact, earlier this week, we just learned that one more VA medical facility has implemented the pharmacogenomics program, and we expect the remaining 7 VA medical facilities to implement pharmacogenomic testing by the end of the calendar year 2026. For the training, we have over 1,000 VA providers that have participated into the continuing education program on pharmacogenomics. And then we also have our academic detailing services program, which is specially trained pharmacists that have conducted outreach with, I believe, around 7,000 providers to help promote pharmacogenomics. It's well integrated into our electronic health record, so it's part of the clinical decision support system. There's about 100 medications that are evidence-based with the pharmacogenomic testing. And so at the time of prescribing, the computer system, our electronic health record, will flag an alert on the pharmacogenomic testing, and that helps guide appropriate medication selection and therapy. So we're very proud of the program.
Tell me, as the layman on so many things, what does the DNA tell us? What does it indicate? What is it capable of indicating to avoid in the treatment of a patient?
Yeah, so it's helpful with the DNA because it'll tell us as healthcare providers how we would expect that medication to behave when it's in your system and being metabolized by your body. And that information really helps us make that upfront selection of the medication. So in the past, where you may have to do some trials, and then if the patient's trial on the medication wasn't optimal, and then you may have to taper and stop that medication and then try another medication. Pharmacogenomics takes that guesswork out up front.
Thank you. Senator Blumenthal, anything you want to cover before
I would like to submit some additional questions for the record, but
you also indicated you had something to submit for the record, I think.
I'm going to submit my statement and the letter that I wrote to Secretary Collins.
Without objection. I'm sorry to cut this hearing short. Senator Blumenthal and I probably have access to more conversations with you, and I see you nodding your heads, and we'll follow up with our staff or to make sure that anything that we may have missed because of the vote is covered. With no other questions, I want to once again thank you for your testimony. I thank our committee members for their participation and for our audience. Each member has 5 legislative days in which to submit statements or questions for the record. Any senator who would like to submit a question for the record to today's witnesses should do so in a timely manner. And likewise, I ask our witnesses to respond to any questions that they receive from this effort following today's hearing in a timely manner as well. And with that, our committee hearing is adjourned.